Lagos NSAS report, there must be reckoning. Everyone indicted must face the law. We are not going to leave it at just the reports coming up and you know, what has happened being exposed. There must be reckoning. People must face the actions. They must get the consequences for the actions they have involved themselves in. Must a Nigerian police officer be asked to go and commit murder, and he will truly go and carry it out, knowing fully well that he cannot bring back a life? Everyone who has been indicted, starting from the president to the former chief of staff, to the army who came there, including the police officers, there must be reckoning. We must see what will be done. Thank God for the reports, but that is one level. We must see what next. We must get it all together. This is what it should be. That is Master Macaroni saying we are very grateful for the report. At least for the first time in a long time, we are seeing truth coming out. For the first time in a long time, we are beginning to see that, yeah, we can actually get truth in this country. Very good. Very, very good. And we are grateful for that. However, what we want to see next now is the consequences for what they have done. Please do not forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. Following the submission of the NSAS report by the panel set up to investigate the October 2020 protest by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, reactions have started rolling in. Prominent among those have been reaching to the panel report is our very own comedian Debo Adebayo, also known as Mr. Macaroni. Mr. Macaroni, in a Punch publication, was quoted as saying that the truth will always prevail. The Nigerian State Judiciary Panel of Inquiry on Resumptions and looking out for victims of the NSAS-related abuse and other matters have submitted their findings on the NSAS report that rock many parts of the country. The panel in their report has stated that not less than 9 persons were killed as a result of the gunshot from the army and the Nigerian police, thus confirming the fact that they were indeed a massacre at the Lekki toll gate. The Nigerian army consequently denied that there was any casualty. This is because, according to the reports, no live bullet was found, as Nigerian army said. But the report clearly stated that the live bullets were picked up by the police and the bodies picked up, a situation which was collaborated by the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. Mr. Macaroni, who was also a victim of the police high-handedness during the protest of his reaction on his Twitter handle, has quoted by saying, "There will always be survivors and the families of those victims must be compensated. However, there must be reckoning. We must see the punishment for the actions of those who have taken life in a civilian environment. There must be reckoning." This time last year, families were still waiting for their children to come back home. So there must be reckoning. We must know what will happen from the person who gave the order that unarmed protesters should be killed to those who carried out the activities, and where are the bodies? Because there are questions that must be answered. We must get to the root of it. The investigation report is one step forward. So my people, this is what is happening. Mr. Macaroni as well as others are not happy. Oh yes, nobody will be happy with what has happened so far. And he said, you know what, beyond everything that has happened, we want to see what next. It's good. We're very grateful that, responsibilities are being taken. Yeah, that these things are beginning to line up nicely. We're very grateful for that. However, we want to see what next. What's going to happen next? Because the Local Judiciary Panel has really has exposed this man, has exposed our very own, what's his name now? Lai Mohammed, like his name is referred to, a liar, and that when this thing happened, do you know what they did to people who came out to talk about these things? Do you know what they did to them? I'm talking about journalists and and houses that, talked about this. Do you know what they did to them? Oh my word, you don't want to know. They ensured that every one of them, they faced it, and you will not believe it. You will not believe what happened. So these are some of the things that we are faced with. And Mr. Macaroni is saying, we are very grateful this has happened. However, we want more. Oh, yes, we want more. We want to ensure that every one of them are brought to justice. Every one of them are brought to justice. We're not going to fold our arms and keep quiet that all is well. No way. We must get to the very bottom of this. Every one of them must pay for it. Every one of them must pay for it. Enough is enough. The lies are so much beyond you can ever imagine. The lies are too much, Nigerians. Mr. Macaroni, Mr. Adebowale, Mr. Lai Mohammed. I wonder what is going on with him now. He must first of all be removed. But can Buhari remove him when Buhari was the one who even said that Nigerians should be shot at? Are they not the same? Are they not birds of a feather? Because we are talking about Mr. Macaroni. What about the rest of them? We're talking about Mr. Macaroni. What about the rest? Are they not all the same thing? Are they not the same one and the same people? Are they not the same thing? So this is what we're experiencing now. This is the world. This is real life. This is what is going on right now as we speak. These are people who we see that they don't mind what happened to the other person. They don't mind what happens to the other person. They don't mind. Honestly, they don't mind. They just go about and do their own thing. And whatever happened to the other person, so long as it's not me, I'm fine, my family is fine, then that's it. But they've forgotten that life is beyond me, myself, and I. They've forgotten. They've forgotten. And this is what we're experiencing. This is what is happening. Listen, guys, it is wise that every one of us rise up to the occasion and, speak out. Justice must prevail for everyone, for every single one who has lost their life. Justice must prevail. The government must be held accountable, starting from the president. The Senate must rise up to their job. The House of Rep must rise up. All arms of government must ensure that the arm of government must bring the president to account. The president must be held accountable. You gave the order because you were so. I tell you, this president is very chicken heart president. Very chicken heart president. Please do not forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. From us, it's bye for now.